So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the dais. Wheaton College Thunder men's basketball team, who are entering the NCAA Division III semifinal with a record of 23-8. Wheaton is from Wheaton, Illinois. They play in the CCIW. We're joined today on the dais by head coach Mike Schauer in a 10th season with Wheaton. Next to him is senior guard number 1, Aston Francis. And next to him is junior forward Najawan Spencer, number 25. And down at the end, senior guard number 10, Luke Peters. Coach, if you just open up with an opening comment about the march to Fort Wayne for Wheaton and your journey so far this season.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, we're thrilled to be here. We had a tough journey here. And we're seated and bracketed perfectly appropriately, but obviously to have to play at Worcester in the second round, and then go to Augie again and play a great Augie team and a conference opponent on the road. So I think we're the only team here that hasn't had a home game, and so we've kind of been road warriors a little bit, and two true road tests. So proud of my guys. We came into this season thinking we could make the NCAA tournament, and I think some of that actually at times paralyzed us a little bit. We were anxious about it, and at times had some moments where I think that hung over our head just a little bit. But now that we got in, I think we've actually relaxed a little bit and probably played the best we've played all year in the tournament. So proud of these guys and looking forward to the weekend.
We're going to open the floor for questions. We're going to start with the student athletes first.
Hey guys, Dave McHugh, D3 Hoops. What's it mean to get your school to this championship weekend that obviously a lot of CCIW teams feel they should be in almost every year?
I think it's a great honor for us, and we're proud to do it, especially being the first time in Wheaton's history. Like Coach said, our goal was to make the tournament, and we felt like we could do that. And then once we got in, it was just a matter of getting some confidence and playing well. And kind of first game, we saw that we could make some noise, and we're playing really well. So just got confident and got rolling from there, and happy to be here.
Well, I'll speak kind of from our student body perspective. I've gotten a lot of comments and texts and uplifting and congratulations from a lot of people, and a lot of people are just happy just for us, and just knowing one thing that we've said, we've tried to keep it like in our locker room, like do it for us, but like seeing how much everybody else outside of us is catching on and caring about us, it kind of makes you want to play it that much harder, like not just for your brothers, but everybody back home. You want to do it for everybody that's important.
Luke, do you want to add to that?
Sure. It's just a really cool thing to represent Wheaton. I came here my freshman year, we were 5-20. So really just to, obviously one of our goals was to make it to the tournament in the first place. So being able to do that, and then all the way to make it to the Final Four has just been a great experience. Kind of putting Wheaton back on the map, that's been one of my goals throughout my career here. So it's just been a great experience with a great group of guys.
You guys got a kind of a rare rematch here coming up with Oshkosh. What do you kind of remember about that team, and kind of what else do you know about them kind of going into this matchup, knowing that they're going to probably throw a little something different at you than the first matchup?
They're a great team. They've only gotten better since the beginning of the year, which I think most teams, especially the 4 that are here, have. So we expect another battle. It was a tough game in the Lee Fund Classic, and so we expect the same thing. It's going to be a hard-fought game. They've got a lot of good players, and we're ready for the challenge.
Can you guys talk a little bit more about what Coach alluded to about being the only team without a home game, and what that's been like? Obviously coming here it's unfamiliar for all the teams, but just what it's been like having to play away from home and go through the rigors of that.
It's been something that we've kind of gotten used to. Playing in the CCIW usually every single night, just an absolute battle. And when you go to teams like North Central, you go to Augustana, you go to the Illinois Wesleyans, you kind of get used to playing in that atmosphere where it's pretty hostile, pretty unfamiliar territory. And then just got the tournament going to these games where we kind of felt, it didn't have like that typical away game unfamiliar because we knew that we'd been there before in tough road games. So I would say that our season prepared us pretty well. Our schedule prepared us pretty well for those tough moments like at Worcester or at Augustana. I mean, we've played at Augustana 12 times in my career, so it wasn't anything unfamiliar for us.
We'll open it up for questions for Coach as well.
Quickly with you guys before, obviously Aston puts up a lot of points, but we've never heard from you guys what it's like to be on the floor with him when he's either distributing to you, getting defensive attention, or putting up outrageous shots that fall. What's it like to play with Aston? What's it like to kind of play off of him too?
Well, I actually got asked this by Tim Krieger from Marietta last game, and he asked me, he was like, would you rather play in a system like we have where everybody's pretty balanced, or system like we have here? And I told him I love playing with Aston. It's been nothing but a joy. Me and actually when Aston and I came in my freshman year, he was one of the first people that I became close with, and just seeing his growth, it just makes me happy for him, and being out on the court with him, it relieves pressure for me because I know one thing that fluctuates for me is my scoring. It can go up one game, and I can go from 18 points one game until the last game it was 3 points. And just knowing that he's always going to put up numbers and that he has the ability that he has, it makes me just so free to, like, if I miss this shot, he's got me.
Yeah. He's always an option I can go to get an assist. So, yeah. So, I mean, I think I'm like number 8 in assists for all-time Wheaton, and I'm like, I look at him and he looks at me. I think one time he said, "You're welcome," or something. So that's really cool. But I think honestly, just like as a fan of the game, as a fan of basketball, like sometimes just when he goes off for 50-something against Platteville, 62, like it's just really cool to be there and to see it, like someone of that talent kind of go off like that. I don't think people see like how good of a teammate he is. They just see him shooting, they think he's like the most selfish player ever, but he's actually a great teammate, and he just wants us to win, and I think our team does a pretty good job of getting him in good spots to make shots, and he's pretty good at it, so it's great.
Coach, going up against guys like Ben Boots and Forever, what do you have to do to kind of make them uncomfortable when they can get really hot in games?
Yeah, they're really good. I think one of the keys to tomorrow night for both of us is if either team can kind of get a handle defensively a little bit. We're both, for different reasons slightly, but both really good offensive basketball teams. So, the game there, people talk a ton about Aston, as they should. Aston's the best offensive player I've coached. But these two guys to the right of him are pretty good defensive players. Luke's as good a perimeter defender as I've had, and he's guarded some of the absolute best perimeter players in the country all year. Our league, the senior guards in our league, well, and including one sophomore guard, the guards in our league, I've been around the CCAW a long time, and the guards in our league are as good cumulatively as I can remember. And most nights, Luke's had to guard one of those guys, so we need him to have a great game. He's not gonna hold Ben Boots to 6 points again. But we've got to make life difficult for them as best we can. And forever Jay's guarded him, which is it's unusual to have somebody who's a similar athlete to him, which we have. So I think that'll be a key, is whether can we contain them defensively, and I think they're probably asking the same question. If either one of us can kind of execute a defensive game plan, that team's going to have a pretty significant advantage.
You stated before the Augustana game in the tournament that you were taking on Augustana just like any other opponent, as if you weren't familiar with them. I assume the plan's the same with Oshkosh, despite playing them earlier this season?
Yeah, a little different in the sense that we're not quite as familiar with them. So I don't know that we haven't really even discussed very much the previous game. That really hasn't even come up in conversation, because I don't think it's particularly relevant. It's so long ago. We're very different, they're very different, and so it hasn't had quite the same feel that the Augie game would have. That was not only a familiarity, but they've beaten us twice, and there's not only were we playing them for the 3rd time this year, it felt like for the 37th time over the last couple of years. So I knew that game was going to have a little more emotion to it for us. because of the opponent. So we've approached this one, literally we're on the identical schedule that we have been on this whole tournament in terms of when we've done scouts, when we'll do walkthrough. We're doing everything identically the same. The only difference is this, right? I mean, there's just a lot more stuff going on in the midst of it, but really we're trying to stay on the same schedule we've been on the whole time.
One more, Coach, just from your vantage point, you're an alum of Wheaton. What's it like to bring your team to this position?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. It's really special. You know, if you've heard some of our post-game stuff, you know, when we got to the Final Four, I was very fortunate. I got to know the 5 men who preceded me in this job, and at varying times during my playing career, coaching career. Phil Harris is going to be here this weekend. It's pretty special for me. Really my mentor in coaching, and not really me, he is my mentor in my life in almost virtually every way. I'm so excited to have him here. It means a lot. You know, I tell people all the time, I don't know if they believe me, but I really see myself still more as a player. I still see myself with the jersey on as opposed to sitting in this chair. So I know the history of Wheaton basketball. I know how bad we were before Bill Harris got here, and how good he made us. And if I'm really honest, I kind of wish it was him sitting here. I wish he had gotten the opportunity to be here. Hopefully we'll represent him well, but I think I don't think he is. He's a better coach than I am, and probably should have been here at some point. And so I'm thankful and hope he can kind of experience it a bit through us and through me. But that's the stuff it's special to me because I don't see it as an accomplishment as a coach. It's way bigger than that for me. It's a program accomplishment of which I am a small part, but I used to put that jersey on, so it means a lot.
Before we let Wheaton go, we just want to announce that 2 days ago, the 2019 Johnston's Trophy was presented by Johnston's and the Rotary Club of Salem, Virginia, and they're actually honoring those recipients today, and they announced their winners, and Aston took home the men's award. The honor recognizes a student athlete that shows excellence in the classroom, on the court, and the community, so congratulations on that high honor. A reminder that Wheaton will be playing Oshkosh in the second national semifinal tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thank you guys for your time, and have a good practice.
Thank you.
Thank you.